What's up, guys? It's Dan. So I'm going to run you through some tips today for War Thunder, and this is based off like my first 100 hours in the game. Like I usually tell you guys, after the first 100 hours, I like to kind of help you with some of the mistakes that I made and some of the dumb questions I had that might help you enjoy the game a little bit more. So War Thunder is obviously a free-to-play game. This video is truly designed for players in tiers 1 and 2, newer players. So if you're an experienced player and you have something to add, please throw them in the comments below. But primarily, this is obviously not for you. It's for just to give people some advice on some of the things I've learned. And obviously, this isn't all from me. I had a lot of people in chat come through and help. So Turkey, shout out. Thank you for all your help. This is some advice that will center around air battles, primarily air arcade battles for a non-premium new player. So here we go. So we'll go through it. So in looking at some of the mods that obviously you get when you have a plane and where you have to research, primarily what the recommendations from a lot of the experienced players I got, guys, was that you really want to focus, and I'll show you kind of a newer plane I just got. You want to focus on improving your flight performance. So you need to really research 2 per tier before you unlock the next tier. So your pattern, generally speaking, should look like this: fuselage, radiator, compressor, airframe, wings repair, engine injection, cover, then weapons or ordnance, depending on what you're attempting to do. Now there's some exceptions to that rule, and the exceptions essentially are if you have a plane, which let me see if I can find an example. In the British tier, there is a plane, and I gotta think where it is. It escapes me at the current time, but kind of what you're looking for is if under your default round it shows a practice round, you really want to upgrade those belts probably as your first rule of thumb. And that's, I don't know what planes they're on. I couldn't give you one that has an example, but that's when you would want to prioritize upgrading the machine gun belts. The other exception would be if you have a plane that can upgrade to air ammo. So there are some planes that utilize air ammunition, which really is a significant help. I gotta find, I know I have one. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here we go. Air ammunition. So that's kind of what, if you have that option, then you would want to prioritize a machine gun. The other change of this is if you're playing a bomber. So this is really centered around fighter and dogfighting primarily, or energy fighters. If you are going to play a bomber, it's going to look a little bit different, where you want to get that ordnance first. So if you have a bomber, you would want to go down this path first, because it basically controls your ability to get points based off how much ordnance you can take. So it looks a little bit different. This isn't the bomber video. I'll do another one for that, but this is primarily for dogfighting and energy fighters. So again, to prioritize, you're really looking to upgrade primarily first. You're going to go flight performance is the biggest priority, then probably survivability, then you want to do your weaponry. So that's kind of a quick breakdown on what you're looking for. Now again, this is advice from people who have done it for a long time. The guys that I got this advice from are both level 55 and 100, so that kind of gives you some context to that. Also, I tell you the mistakes that I made when I was a newer player was the first thing I wanted to take was I wanted to take weaponry. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get better weapons, thinking I was going to be able to do more damage, when realistically I didn't have the survivability that it mattered, and that's kind of where this is coming from. So hopefully that gives you an idea of where to start. My next couple videos will focus on splitting out fighters and bombers, but again, prioritize your flight performance, then survivability, then weaponry for most cases. Now keep in mind, if you are going to play the objective and you get a hybrid type plane, for example like this P-40, you can really prioritize in tier 2 here, getting the bombs so that you're able to play the objective, which will give you more experience to be able to unlock your components, which would be another exception to when you would want to do that. So keep those in mind as kind of a one-off circumstance. So Hopefully that helps you avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. The next couple videos I'll go into bombers, some crew skills, general advice on the countries if you're starting from scratch, and hopefully that'll help you out so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So thanks for watching. If you guys have more advice for newer players, throw them in the comments below. See you.